All right, man. Beautiful day. Was just checking it out. We're going to play some Behringer synthesizer bingo today, man. I got the list of the clones pulled up from Gear News. They always keep an updated running tally of all the Behringer clones, which is pretty awesome. And I figured we just check out what we got on the go here. So if I jump on over, web's there. I'm wondering if you cannot hear the music on this side. Let's see. So let me check everything. Just got to check it all out. Make sure we get the music. Seems like it's coming in, right? We'll see if anyone pops in the chat here for a sec. What's up, Swaggy Bauer? Sounds good, yeah. So, if I just pop... I know what's going on, actually. There we go. Now the music should be in. Okay, cool. So, if I jump over here... It's live TV. You gotta give a brother a break, right? So, I got two interesting articles pulled up here today. Yeah, music's in. Alright, perfect. Yeah, music sounds good there. Music's good over in this screen, so we're good to go. Yeah, so what I got pulled up, Meet the Clones Gear News does a cool thing where they update the current clones that are already out there from Behringer, and then they also let us know what's possibly coming. So I figured we go through it together, and we'll just kind of, yeah, I'm liking the look of the 2XM too, and we'll check out what could possibly, you guys in the chat, let me know what you think is coming next. And then I got another cool article right here from Music Radar. Synth map of the world, and it shows that Roland and Behringer dominate all the other brands when it comes to Google searches and stuff for 73 countries. So that's very interesting. And the Roland ones, I didn't think Roland would be dominating like that, but we'll get to that in a little bit. And if you didn't see yesterday, we had two great videos. Yeah, we'll probably watch this one actually from Bart Talk. Bart Talk's video here, we'll play that. Then we'll do a little clone bingo, and then we'll check out the last article. So that's probably a good idea. Or maybe we'll save Bart Talk for a minute, because he's a legend. I'll just open it up and get it ready to go here. Hold on. Probably get hit with an ad. So Rhodes is back. Let me mute that. There we go. Back to the beginning. So we'll check this out together, because Bart Talk's an absolute legend. But yeah, Meet the Clones. So we had the Epic clone come out yesterday. I just had a guy write me, and he was like, man, that Behringer 2XM doesn't sound anything like an old Oberheim. It's like, yeah, it does. It just does. Does it sound exactly like it? No. But that old, tired argument of Behringer synthesizers not sounding exactly like the 25, 30, 40, 3,000-year-old synthesizer, I got news for you. A lot of those old synthesizers, when you put them next to each other, they don't sound like each other either. They all sound different. That's the crazy thing about analog, right? That you can have two synthesizers that are the same brand, put out in the same batch, and after all these years, they sound different. So, what's up, Andy? What's up, Machines One? What's up, Roy Droid Void? So yeah, let's go through, what do you want to do first? Check out Bart Talk's video or go through the clones? Alright, we'll do clone bingo after. We'll watch Bart Talk's video together first, because it's pretty cool.
Hello, and today I would like to introduce you to the Behringer 2XM.
So yesterday we got a taste of Patchdog's demo where he did a lot of tweaking, and now we've got the next legend in the scene. We got Bart Talk coming in, and he's going to show us a little more Players Club style. So I think that's a very cool way to do it.
Pure analog signal path with authentic VCO, VCF and VCA designs. we've got...
Yeah, it's a thing, right? Because you can pick up 2 of these and you've got a real beast setup. And plus you've got the stereo panning for 4 separate mixers. I'm telling you, dude, this is a good one.
2 legendary multi-mode filters with high pass, low pass, band pass, and the nudge modes.
So we got the notch filter there, right? Right in the middle. It's right at 12 o'clock between low pass and high pass. And he got the beautiful Behringer wave there too. What's up, Rob Taylor?
Okay, look at the machine. Here we've got the 2 modules, the synthesizer expander.
Doesn't he got the best accent? Let me make sure this is on the highest definition. We don't need this to be going down to no 280p.
Module 1 and synthesizer expander module 2. Here we've got a mixer and inputs and outputs.
Someone always keeps asking, why do the rack mount modules have the MIDI on the front of the module? It's because when you rack these in a rack, some people want to be able to not only just use CV, you got some people who want to use MIDI to MIDI into these modules. And if you got it in the back there and you rack it, it's a nightmare. And some people said, you know, why is the power button on the back then? Can't you put the... But once you take this out of the casing and you rack it, you power it all through a separate power. So that the power button doesn't matter anymore.
Okay, add the second module and... Also here we've got the oscillator sync to synchronize the pitch of 2 VCOs. When we will switch off the sync and set the right frequency on VCO2, then we can create wonky chords. Also, there's 2 dedicated and full analog LFOs with sine waveform.
You gotta love the LFO, man. Shout out, Steal My Sunshine, if you feel me.
Nice, really nice. Okay, Bat. Here we go.
Yeah, hit that like button, man. What are you doing? The only thing we ask you to pay with is your likes and your thumbs up. All right? Hit the like button for a laugh, man. Don't be so damn lazy. Hit that like button. All right. So this is Bart Talk. Let's check it out a little more and then we'll switch
voices. Over. Now, it's an unisono mode. So the module
unisono.
1 and module 2 plays unisono. You can switch onto the split mode. And now, 1 module left, 2nd module right.
Very cool feature on this small little module. You can split the keyboard. It's got a split mode. You can play the XM, the one module down on the bottom for the low end, then you got a whole nother sound at the top. That's a huge, imagine having 2 of these.
And also the dual mode to play 2 notes.
So we'll have to see. A bunch of synth renegades are getting this module. Let's you guys can go finish that on your own if you want. But a bunch of the renegades are going and picking this up. So that's a very cool module for $399. I think it is on Sweetwater, Toman, and over at Anderton's is like $279. Dirt cheap. I mean, come on, man. You know, that's like I always say, that's a night out with the lady and a few beer, and you got yourself a friggin' Godzilla sound machine. All right, so let's check out some of the clones. So this is a cool thing. Always check gearnews.com. Shout out to Robbie from PSN. He's a writer for this. He's a great writer. Awesome. This article is specifically by Adam Douglas. Gearnews.com. Go check it out. Probably one of the best news sites on the internet for synthesizer news. I'm the best channel on the internet for synthesizer news. Synth Samurai. So, meet the clones. This is what we got. So we're going to do the clone bingo. If you look right here, just came out this week. We had the 2X. Just think about this. Just let this sink in for a second. We've got this week alone, or in the last week, we've had the Oberheim clone of the 2-voice, the 2XM from Behringer module. We got the DeepMind X series in a new dress with that beautiful Juno prom dress on. And then we've got the gray MS1 Mark II. Now, if you're thinking about getting a first synthesizer, the MS1 Mark II is probably the one to get, right? It's just friggin' awesome. All right, so here's the clones we got so far. We got the AKS Mini, we got the BCR32, the BMX, all right, the drum machine. I'll open some of these in a second. We got the BX1, the CZ1 Mini, the DeepMind X, the Enigma, the Grind, the Hyro Tribe Soul, the JT Mini, the JT16, JT4000, JT4000 Micro, Cobalt Expander, K2 Mark II, the LM Drum, the Model D Soul, the Model 15, the MS1 Mark II, the MS5, which is extraordinary, the Neptune 80's coming, the Poly Oscar, the Pharaoh Mini, the Poly 8, the Pro VS Mini, the Pro 16, the Proton, RD78 Spice, STX, Synthcussion, SY1, TD3, MO Black, UBXA, UBXA, UBX, UBXAD, UBXA Mini, VCS 3, the Wave, and the 2XM, such a tease. And then if you jump down bottom of this page, they got some that they're hoping come out, right? The Behringer, the Polyvox, Polysource, a bunch of cool ones. So if we jump back here to the top, which Behringers do you think is coming next? That's the question. Which one? Which one's it going to be in the Behringer bingo? What do you guys think? Behringer needs to start fusing classic synths together. I agree. They should start making vintage hybrids, right? Take on the old Japanese Godzilla style where you take 2 monsters and put them together. Start making a Model D and a Proton and jam them together. Take the Wasp and the Cat, put them together. You know? I think that's cool too. So, if I was to guess what's next, I think coming next, I think we're going to see, this is just my guess, a total wild guess here. I think we're getting this next. I think the Neptune 80 right here. I think Behringer doing the DeepMind X, because Behringer likes to drop some breadcrumbs every once in a while. I think when Behringer did the DeepMind X, they're basically letting you know that Neptune 80 is on the way. And if you remember, they got a JT16 coming, right? The Jupiter clone. And then they also got the Pro 16 coming. And then they've got the Neptune 80 coming, all right? Which is the old Juno 60 clone. But if we read a little bit about it here, Neptune 80, Juno-inspired DeepMind series of synthesizers, well received, but people who really wanted it, they wanted an actual Juno 6, Juno 60 clone. An 8-voice, additional analog matrix, bucket brigade chorus, and a modern user interface. And as you can see, all the prototypes are right here. VCS3 right here. The Jupiter, I think that's the Jupiter there, the JT16. We got the Poly 8, Poly 6, Behringer Wave. I mean, come on, man. Just reserved a Behringer MS1 in gray from Sweetwater. Sweet. Phantom Nord combo. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Right? The Pharaoh's out right now. Let's just scroll through the list together. Let me go back to the top. So we'll see. We got the AKS right here. Right? The AKS. Very, very cool, right? Little mini. I'm not a huge fan of the minis, I'll tell you that. I'm the biggest Behringer fan. I'm not a huge fan of the minis, but everybody I know that has the minis says they're extraordinary. For like 40 bucks, 50 bucks, 60 bucks. Yeah, they should make a 6-voice polyphonic Model D with a classic ladder filter, SEM filter, and a UBX a 2-pole option with a mod matrix. Machines 1, talk to me, baby. I agree. All right, we got the BCR32, which is the MIDI controller they've been working on. We got the BMX, the classic Oberheim DMX-inspired sampling drum machine. So for everyone who picked up an LM drum, look at this beauty. This one's coming too, right down the pipe. Won't be long now. We got the BX1, the classic Yamaha DX1 vintage clone. Look at the beauty of that. That's the BX1, baby, with CS80 filters, 32 voices, with a filter on every voice. Okay? This thing is a monster. Pure analog filters, LFOs. Got the CS80. It's going to even have an effects engine. It's a super synth. And Behringer's saying it might be their flagship product because although it's named the BX1 and it's inspired by the DX1, this thing is a monster. And I probably will be picking one of those up. You got the CZ1 Mini. I think that one's coming out very, very soon. We got the DeepMind X that just dropped. That's the classic DeepMind in a new prom dress, baby. Ready for another night out with the bro. DeepMind X, man, she's gorgeous. I think it even looks better. And as you know, this guy used to make some skins for this beautiful little synth, and he, I don't know where he went, but Behringer went and cloned his skins, and now they got him on the DeepMind right there. So that's the new DeepMind. They revamped it for the 10-year anniversary. It's gorgeous. We got the Enigma, the West Coast Synthesis Eurorack Format Enigma, Buchla Music Easel Command inspired. This one is gorgeous. I know a lot of people are waiting for this one. I know specifically Synthpunk is waiting for this one big time because he's a huge Buchla fan, but he knows he ain't paying the money for that thing. And this is gorgeous. This could end up being one of Behringer's most beautiful modules. It's absolutely gorgeous. Full patch memory as well, which is a huge thing, right? Beautiful, gorgeous. You know I love that white, and you know I love the red, white, and blue. So come on. We got the Behringer Grind. I know Hans Volk got that. He's got a love-hate relationship with it. I know a lot of other people got the Grind, which is out now. 32-step sequencer. It's got the ladder filter built in. Digital analog hybrid. Very cool little synthesizer for a sweet $169. All right, we got the Hyro Tribe Soul. I know a lot of people are waiting for that one. Korg MS-20 inspired synthesizer from the Mono Tribe, okay? From the engineer from the MS-20. Hiroaki Nijimi. Cool. We got the JT Mini. I know a bunch of people already got that one. Yeah, Andy Fireblade Music. He can rep the grind. He's got some great videos. Go check out Andy Fireblade Music's channel, Synth Renegade to the Core. If you listen, most of the people in the chat, Space Capsule, The Machines One, check out their channels, Harmonic Sonics. These guys are true synth renegades. These are the channels you want to watch if you want to actually really know what these synthesizers sound like, what they can do, because you're not getting this ADHD super chopped up demo. You're getting a real deep dive and a real look at what this thing can do from a real renegade in the synth world. Okay, we got the JT16 coming. This is a Jupiter 8 clone, and what Behringer do, they went and threw 8 extra voices in there for you. What's up, Floating Robots? Behringer's working on full Jupiter 8, baby. They got a mystery PCB down here, but this is almost ready to go, I'm pretty sure. This JT16 will be coming down the pipe real soon, and it's gorgeous. It's freaking gorgeous. I'm going to have to buy an RV like Colt does beats, man. I'm going to have to get one of those RVs. We got the JT4000 Micro, and they went and made this better with MIDI right here. think I'll show you that one coming up. But anyways, they jacked that one up and gave you MIDI, full functional MIDI. This one here, a lot of people have been waiting for, is the Cobalt keyboard. Okay, people love the Cobalt expander. Now they're doing up the French mono synth, originally made by RSF from the 70s. An absolute beauty. They call it the French Minimoog. Flip top housing, which everybody loves. What's up, Hans Volt? We got the Cobalt expander that's already out. People absolutely love that. I know Ayer won the Cobalt expander last year in the Synth Kumite for top prize for World Heavyweight Champion of Electronic Music. That's Ayer from Australia. Cobalt expander is gorgeous synthesizer. People say it sounds amazing. We got the K2 Mark II. They went and upgraded that from the MS-20 clone. Gorgeous. All right. What else we got? It's a beautiful. They went and changed the colors, added a little more yellow, a little more vintage. Right here, man. Even Roger Lynn himself couldn't help but admit that he couldn't believe that Behringer packed all of his LM Lindrum into this thing and was able to sell it for the price they're selling for, which is a cool $360. Beautiful. Even allowed you the ability to add your own samples, analog filters, wave design, transient shapers, distortion parameters. This thing's a monster. And if you're looking for that old classic sound, pick yourself up an LM drum for $360. Come on, baby, get with the program. We got the Model D, which I own, $180 for that right now at Thomann. Dude, that's so cheap. And the argument of, oh, it doesn't sound like a Minimoog, who cares? It sounds amazing. It's an awesome bass synthesizer. I use that in a bunch of my jams. You can go watch on the channel for some real awesome leads when you throw some reverb and chorus and a little delay on it. Sweet, sweet. Oh, white Camaro. Nice. We got the Model 15. This had a bit of a rocky rollout. It had the sample and hold was messed up on a batch of them, so they had to get them sent back. It couldn't be fixed with software. It was a firmware issue, and now they got the new one rolled out. This is the Mo Grandmother inspired clone. Got built-in reverb. It's gorgeous. Obviously full semi-modular patch bay, and modeled after the classic was it the Model 10? Anyways, some Moog, old school Moog thing. Moog Grandmother. Cool. So you're going to pay $1,000 for a Moog Grandmother? Just pick up a Behringer Model 15. You'll be good. Same filters. It's pretty much the same thing. Got a sequencer built in. Actually, it's probably better than the Grandmother, actually. Yeah, the Behringer Model 15 overall for the price is better. And now that they fixed the sample and hold issue, $225, you got to grab one. This is like Synth CVS. MS1 Mark II. I'm crazy not to already have this, but I've listened to Echo Craft's demo the other day. It blew me away. This is Roland SH101 clone. Absolutely beautiful, based on the original 662 chips. Gorgeous. And they also got the new chips in the Mark II as well. We got the MS5 coming up. Now, if you watched the interview with Uli Behringer on Sweetwater the other day, you had Daniel Fisher say that the MS5 is one of his favorite synthesizers. He actually got it popped up in his office, and he goes in every day and gives one knob a little twist, and he drifts off into a sonic wonderland, he said. That's what he told Uli. And Uli was like, I specifically made this for Uli's Sonic Bubble Bath, and I'm glad you're enjoying that, Daniel, on your breaks while you're having a coffee. Okay, this is the Roland SH5 mono synth from the 70s, the MS5. I might buy this just because it's so damn pretty, dude. It's just so damn pretty. Oh, so damn pretty. All right, what's up? What's up? What's happening, Classic Crystal Vision? What's up, Fisk? QWL Music, what's happening? We got the Neptune 80. All right. We just talked about that one, so we'll skip on by. That's gorgeous. For anybody who wanted a classic analog Juno 6, Juno 60 sound, and you didn't want to go for that digital rolling box with subscriptions, you're going to get a taste of it right here. They're going to give it to you red hot, like a hot tamale on the red hot. All right, we got the Pharaoh O Mini. This was an original, but a lot of people said it's based off the Korg Volca keys, I believe. But that's gorgeous too. $90, can't go wrong. We got the Poly Oscar coming in the Behringer Swing platform. I don't know if they're going to keep it in that one, but it's great. This is based off of Chris Huggins' classic synthesizer, the Oscar. All right, super beautiful, but they made it polyphonic. So, like we said, it's inspired by the Oscar synthesizer, but actually it's jacked up and delivering you with a polyphonic Oscar, which a lot of people wish they did back in the day. And Behringer said, hold my beer, I'll make you a Poly Oscar right here, and I'll give it to you for $200. All right, we got the Poly 8 from Behringer. All right, I'm the proud owner of a Behringer Monopoly, and it's probably my most favorite synthesizer I have. I love it. It's featured in everything I do. I do it for you. All right. And then we've got the Poly 8 coming, which is gorgeous. 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 Can't wait for the Poly 8. What's up, Sauce Boss? We got the Pro VS Mini coming in hot here. This is a beautiful synthesizer. Starsky Carr did a comparison with the Mini to the real one. And I'm not going to say it was dead on, but dude, for, what's the price? For $79, you can get that Pro VS Mini sound. You're in great hands. We're going all day, baby. We got the Pro 16, okay? For everybody who wanted everyone who wanted a Prophet, original Prophet, now you're getting a Pro 16, okay? You're getting a Prophet with 16 voices. Now, how epic is that? Now, the wood doesn't look as good, but it still looks pretty good to me. The knobs look good. Beautiful. Pro 16 is going to have multi-mode filters, 8 atrophy settings, extensive modulations, plus a Poly Aftertouch keybed. All right? There's 2 Poly Aftertouch keybeds in the game right now, ASM HydraSynth and Behringer. And it comes stock now on all the Behringer Poly synths, basically. And Poly Aftertouch, there's no, like, what are you going to make a Moog Muse and sell it for $3,500 and not put polyphonic Aftertouch on it because you're cheap? Give me a break. Poly Aftertouch on everything. Why not? You have people out there being like, you know, sometimes you don't need Poly Aftertouch. Yeah, guess what? You don't need it. But everybody wants it. Let's be honest. All right, then you check out the circuit board. Boom. All right, so this is a Prophet 5 inspired clone, but they're giving you 16 voices. So they're packing you with 11 bonuses in there, baby. You feel me? All right, we keep rolling. There's another picture of it with some darker wood. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Uli Behringer said he will never sell a polyphonic synthesizer for more than $1,500. Now, that was before the tariffs, baby. But these tariffs, I don't think they're going to last very long anyway. So just hold tight and relax. But Uli Behringer said he will never sell you a polyphonic synthesizer for more than $1,500. So any of these that we look at, as long as you got 1,500 bones in the bank, baby, you're good to go. We got the Behringer Proton and the Neutron. Now, I'm the proud owner of a Behringer Neutron, and I've almost a few times now bought the Proton. It's just I was waiting for the price to drop a bit. $289 from Thomann. For both of these, $500, you've got a semi-modular beast. What's up, Echo? Get your Muse working. RD78. Beautiful Behringer CR78 clone used in songs like In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. This is out now. You can purchase this. $163. Come on, go get one. Beautiful looking little box there, dude. If you want an extra little something to go with your drums, it's not going to be your main drum machine, but guess what? If you want a little something, it's In the Air Tonight. Go pick one up. We got the Spice. I know Echo Craft, Andy Fireblade, Musa, and James Dyson all have a Spice. They absolutely love it. It's got a real sweet spot when you hit it. And if you watched the demo yesterday from Patchdog, you got to see him run the Behringer Spice CV into the Behringer 2XM to the 2 mixers and send those polyrhythms through that thing, and it just sounded gorgeous. You had a little reverb, little delay. Chef's kiss. Behringer Crave, Behringer Edge. All right. Look at that, 149, 142, 266, or one Moog subharmonicon for $600. I know what I'm choosing. We got the STX coming here, the beautiful Elka Synthex clone, or inspired by, right? Italy will feature DCOs like the original. It'll be FPGA field programmable gate arrays. The latter indicates that much of the synthesizer will be digital. What's up, Echo Craft? All good, man. That's good to hear, dude. Thanks for $2, my boy. Me and you will split a coffee. Our goal is to make the classic sound of the Elka Synthex available to musicians. And here it is, man. It's gorgeous. Again, a beautiful looking. I mean, do you understand the kind of studio over, say, 5 to 6 to 7 years you could build for yourself? Whap, baby. What's up, Get Jervis? How's the mustache growing? Yeah, we got Samurai Encyclopedia of Synths happening right now. We're playing Synth Bingo. We need everybody to put their choice in for what the next Behringer synthesizer is going to be. I got a feeling at Superbooth in Germany, which is Behringer's hometown, not Uli's. Uli's from Switzerland, but Germany is Behringer's home base. And I got a feeling at Superbooth this year, we might see something. But I can't promise anything and never take my word for anything. Synthcussion S1, don't quote me, baby. Unless you're quoting that mustache juice. Alright, Synthcussion SY1. People absolutely love this thing. Cheap as chips. $179. Pick one of those up. We got the TDO Mark III in black and silver. Beast. Modded out to the wing. We got the UBX is coming. A lot of people are looking more forward to the UBX than they were to UBXA. And to be honest, I think the UBX looks better than the UBXA. I'm not a huge fan of the old pinstripes. Never been a fan of pinstripes. And then we got the UBXA Classic. Everybody who owns the UBXA besides Yuki the Dragon absolutely loves it. And that's just gorgeous. UBXA D. Pick these babies up. $730 for the desktop. Wow. Gorgeous. Cheers, man. I got the bubble going. That's right, Banana Rider. I got the little bubble going, dude. New fresh look. This is my laptop mobile studio look. Synth Samurai TV look. So when I'm up in the studio, I got my old look. But I'm liking this, man. It's fresh and clean. Check it out, Banana Rider. I got this look here. You know, I messed around, went and learned some stuff about OBS the other day and added a couple of these cool filters to the camera. And now I got this and I got this. So I got two little screens that look pretty pro. And I'm just sitting here on the laptop out on the deck with the laptop microphone and these set of old monster earphones from 1992. All right, let's keep rolling. We got the UBXA Mini coming. UB1 Micro. And this is the one that I want, the VCS3. Oh, the EMS VCS3 clone. This is what everybody's waiting for. And I don't think everybody's even waiting for to play it. They're just waiting to have it in their room because look how beautiful that's going to look. That's the Behringer right there. That's what your Behringer's going to look like. Absolutely gorgeous. I think they're even going to put a little something special in that wood because this one's special. It's got the joystick. It's got the Behringer 2500. Beautiful colored metallic knobs in green, red, and yellow, and silver. Listen, you don't even need to glaze this one. This comes pre-glazed. Do you know what I'm saying? VS80, the CS80 clone. This is probably the most anticipated synthesizer from Behringer. All right. Formerly called the DS80. Uli has renamed the CS80 clone to the VS80 in honor of the late Vangelis. Vangelis, however you say it. I never say anything right, so don't give me a hard time. They changed it to the VS80. You know what, Uli? Salute to you, my brother. That is a great move and a great tribute to one of the greatest synthesizer artists of all time. That there is going to be an absolute monster. And I hope that in the VS80 that they add effects to that because a lot of people say the CS80 only sound good with effects. And you know Behringer has an absolute extraordinary effects engine. This was in the past. Look at the DeepMind. So I can't imagine what they got now with all the development they've got into now. And Behringer's just hitting their stride to the max. Love the sliders. I mean, you look at the Deckard's Dream, it's gorgeous. But this here, you're going to get a VS80. You're going to get a CS80 clone for under $1,500. We got the Behringer Wave that's out now. The demos are all over the place. This thing is gorgeous. I heard it's a little bit tough to program, but you know what? Nothing good came without a little hard work. Do you know what I mean? So if you get the Behringer Wave, $500, $600, that's beautiful and blue. We got the 2XM just released yesterday. We just checked out Bart Talk's video right here.
Yeah? Let's listen to this sound.
Okay, so that's what we're dealing with. A beautiful Oberheim 2-voice clone right here. That's out now for pre-order. All right, and then here's some other ones. The ARP Avatar, ARP Quadra, the Behrman, the BX700. The 2-voice is out. The Mini Pops is coming. This one, everyone's excited for this one here. The Polavox, they're cloning this beauty right here. I know Hans Volt is excited for this one as well. Right here. Everybody's excited for that. Okay? Now let's jump over here. I thought this article was good, and then I'll wrap it up because I'm going to go for a little stroll around the block with the missus. Synth Map of the World reveals that Roland and Behringer dominate other brands when it comes to Google searches. I've been telling everybody, Behringer brings all the boys to the yard, and apparently Roland does too. So if we look down at the map down here, This is Behringer and Roland searches. So Behringer's in red. In the U.S., Roland is dominating the searches in the U.S. Okay? Now, if you look at Behringer, look at Russia, all the spots where Behringer's dominating, and Roland's just dominating a lot of spots. And Moog is dominating, that's Roland in Canada. Roland's dominating Canada. Moog is dominating the U.S. because all the propaganda of it being an American-made company. Everybody knows it's made in China now because they've been exposed, a.k.a. assembled in America. But they're still an American company, so I got to support Moog. Moog, I love you. They dominate America. Now, if we go down into South America, Mexico, all the way down into South America, we got a lot of Behringer fans down in South America. I got to start learning Spanish so I can bring the news to the boys down in South America. We got some Arturia holdouts up here. What's that, Colombia? We got some Arturia holdout in Colombia. Africa's absolutely in love with Roland. If you type in Africa and Roland, you'll see a lot of little African kids playing old school Roland synthesizers. And it's amazing. We got some Behringer right down here, down on the coast, okay? We got Roland dominating over here. Wow. Dominating India. Roland's dominating India. But the upper part over here, Behringer's just killing it. Killing it. Europe, Eastern Europe, into Russia. Wow. And then look at Roland, Australia. Come on, Aussies. You got to get off the Roland, get on the Behringer train, baby. Look at Korg dominating down here. What's that? New Zealand, all Korg. Crazy. Oh, you can't see it there as my bubble. Look. New Zealand is all Korg. Wow. Arturia dominates over here in Britain and France. Wow, this is a very interesting map. And I don't know what's going on with all the gray. Total blackout there. I guess China's not allowing anything in, but it looks of it. No data on China. All right. So we look at the actual stats down here. Where are we? Let's check out the stats. When it comes to share total Google searches by volume, the research shows that Roland leads with 30% of all the Google searches. Behringer pulls in 23%. Arturia pulls in third with 17%. And Moog and Korg have about 15% each. So I thought that was interesting. Interesting right there. But, you know, look at Russia, baby. Russia knows what's up. Russia knows Behringer is the real deal. Because if you look at all those classic synthesizers, ask Hans Volt. Hans Volt owns Russian synthesizers. The Russians are all buying Behringer now, Hans. So you know what that means. You need to switch it up, man. Pick up some more Behringers, baby. But that's a very cool map. I thought that was very cool. And, just an easy way to tell where people's interests lie, you know. Canadians love Roland, man. And Americans love Moog. South Americans love Behringer. Africans love Roland. And Europeans love a mix of everything. Korg, Arturia, Roland. But Behringer. I think Behringer dominates the rest. I think this article was written by someone who has Behringer derangement syndrome. And they rigged the stats. Behringer's really number one. I think. I think it was rigged. I think the polls were weighted towards Roland. Australia's Roland country? Oh yeah, Australia's Roland country. Look at that. Australia's Roland country. New Zealand's Korg country. We got Southeast Asia down here. We got Indonesia's Behringer. We got Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia's Roland. India's Roland. Mongolia is Roland. Russia's Behringer. All Northern Africa's Roland. South Africa is Roland. Crazy. All right. So, before we go for the bingo, what do you guys think what do you think the next Behringer synthesizer is going to be in the Behringer bingo? And then I got to take off. Throw it down in the chat real quick. What's the next synthesizer coming next week, probably, or Super Booth? I'm going to guess, I think the new DeepMind clothing with the Juno prom dress is a signal that the Neptune 80 is coming next. But I could also go for the JT16 or the Pro 16. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Matrix 12, Poly Oscar to drop. Yep, Elka, Jupiter 4. Yep. Big time. I just want to thank for Gear News for letting me share this article with them. And Expander. All right. Cool. All right, so that's it for tonight, man. I got to roll. Like I said, I got to go for a little walk with the missus before supper now and then come back and get down to some more business. So you guys take it easy, man. Thanks for joining me. And just remember, Behringer all day, every day. Slow, slow.